This is the first time I have celebrated the feast now of St. Mary Magdalene in the United States in a long, long time, because this is normally the time when I'm in Fatima. And it is actually one of my favorite days in terms of the liturgical year because of Mary Magdalene's example. Now, oftentimes, she is kind of conflated into the sister of Lazarus and Martha, as well as the woman caught in adultery. The fathers, though, identify her with a member of the house of Bethany, right? So with Lazarus and Martha. And the scripture says that the Lord cast out 7 devils from her. Right? So she had experienced a great healing from Jesus. And what we see, and I think some of this comes out very beautifully in the crucifixion window, when you look at Mary Magdalene's face, she is a model of love, a model of giving our heartfelt devotion to Jesus Christ. And this gospel is really a powerful expression of that. Now, here she is, the Lord, she watched him die. She knows that they laid him in this tomb. And she remains there in prayer. And when she returns again to spend some more time in prayer, she finds the tomb empty. And when she encounters the one who she thinks is the gardener, right, she's ready to say, just tell me where you've put him, and I'll take him away. Not thinking maybe logically, right, that there probably would be no way that she could handle the full weight of a lifeless body. And yet, without hesitation, she responds. And then, of course, her name is called, she recognizes the Lord, and is given the infinite and wonderful role of being what the fathers call the Apostola Apostolorum, the apostle of the apostles, because she was entrusted with going to announce the Lord's resurrection to the apostles. But that overwhelming love, I think, is what Mary Magdalene bestows upon us the most. Because in the end, what the Lord desires from us is our love and devotion. The Lord loves us completely, so completely that he willingly laid down his life for us. And what he asks of us in return is our love, to give him our hearts, and to allow our lives to be guided by that love, by that reality. And in truth, when we think about our spiritual lives and the way we walk with the Lord, I think the best way to understand the results of sin in our lives is it's a lack of love, right? That we see our failings, and it is really on our part allowing ourselves to think more of ourselves than the one we love. Obviously, marriage and the love between spouses can be an example of this, that the spouses are called to willingly lay down their lives for one another. But in truth, everyone who bears the name of Christian should have that same love for the Lord, to be willing to lay it all down for him because he has loved us so much. And the Lord doesn't stop loving. The Lord continues to pour out his graces upon us if we'll only cooperate with that grace. And he will give us the strength that we need in order to be his witnesses throughout the world. Tradition says that the family of Bethany, when the persecutions started, escaped to Provence in France. And it is there that Mary Magdalene finished her years in really mystical experiences and interchanges with the Lord, and finally was given her eternal reward. And I think as we celebrate this Mass today, if we can take one message from the life of Mary Magdalene, it's that we should love him because of his love for us. And when we do that, when we learn to do that better, then we will also become better witnesses of Christ in the world. Better witnesses to share that love that we've experienced with those we encounter. And as I've said many times before, we know that the world needs the message of love. We know that the Lord desires to pour it out upon the world, but we also know that hearts have to be open in order for that to happen, and that's where we come in. Because we've experienced the love of Christ, we then can share that with others. And as we seek to become friends to others and then lead them to become friends of Christ, then we, by so doing, share his love, share his light, and share his mercy.